The Galactic Council's emergency session had been called for the third time this cycle. Ambassador Zethkar of the Vraxian Empire adjusted his breathing apparatus as he reviewed the classified reports scattered across his datapad. Each document painted the same impossible picture. Humans were somehow surviving encounters that should have been certain death. The situation on Kepler 442b has escalated beyond our worst projections, announced High Counselor Thrix, her crystalline voice echoing through the chamber. The human research team was supposed to be eliminated within hours of landing. Instead, they've been thriving for 6 months. Zethkar's mandibles clicked nervously. Kepler 442b was known throughout the galaxy as the Devourer's Paradise, a death world where even the plants were carnivorous, and the apex predator, the Shadow Maw, had never been successfully contained or controlled by any species in recorded history. "How is this possible?" growled General Korth of the Hegemony. "Our simulation showed 99.7% casualty probability within the first week." The holographic display activated, showing footage from the planet's surface. What they saw defied every principle of survival they understood. Dr. Sarah Chen, the human expedition leader, stood calmly in a clearing as a massive shadow maw approached. The creature was 12 feet tall, covered in obsidian scales that could deflect plasma rounds with razor-sharp claws capable of tearing through reinforced steel. Its roar could literally rupture eardrums from 100 meters away. The alien council members watched in stunned silence as the beast opened its maw and released a deafening roar that shook the camera feed. Instead of running or reaching for weapons, Dr. Chen did something incomprehensible. She made soft clicking sounds with her tongue and extended her hand slowly. "What is she doing?" whispered Ambassador Yilthes of the Aquatic Collective. The Shadow Maw's roar died down to a confused growl. Its massive head tilted to one side as it regarded the small human. Dr. Chen continued her strange vocalizations, adding what appeared to be nonsensical words. "Who's a good boy?" "Yes, you are. Such a big, scary boy, aren't you?" The apex predator took a hesitant step forward, then another. Its killing claws retracted slightly. Dr. Chen remained perfectly still, her hand extended, making those bizarre cooing sounds that seemed to bypass the creature's predatory instincts entirely. "She's using some kind of psychic manipulation," General Korth declared. "Humans must have hidden telepathic abilities." But Zethkar had studied humans extensively. "Negative, General. Humans show no signs of psychic capability. Their brain scans indicate purely biological neural activity." On the screen, the impossible continued to unfold. The Shadow Maw cautiously approached Dr. Chen's outstretched hand. When it made contact, the creature's posture completely changed. Its aggressive stance melted away as the human began gently scratching behind what passed for its ears. "That's it, sweet baby," Dr. Chen murmured, her voice carrying a warmth that translated across species barriers. "You're just scared, aren't you? Big scary world, but you don't have to be afraid." The Shadow Maw, terror of an entire planet, began making a sound none of them had ever heard before, a low, rumbling purr. Within minutes, the massive predator had lowered itself to the ground, rolling onto its back as Dr. Chen rubbed its armored belly. "By the void," breathed High Counselor Thrix. "She's treating it like a domesticated pet." The footage continued, showing Dr. Chen's team establishing their research station, while Shadow Maws lounged around their camp like oversized guard dogs. The humans had somehow formed a symbiotic relationship with creatures that had destroyed 3 previous military expeditions. "We need to understand their methodology," Zethkar said, pulling up additional reports. "According to our intelligence, similar incidents have occurred on 17 different worlds. Humans continue to survive in environments that kill everything else, not through superior technology or firepower, but through this." He gestured at the screen, where Dr. Chen was now feeding the Shadow Maw some kind of treat, while it playfully batted at her with claws that could bisect a battle tank. "They're calling it animal husbandry," reported Intelligence Officer Kex. "Humans have apparently been doing this with dangerous creatures on their homeworld for thousands of years. They've somehow weaponized affection." The Council fell silent, processing this revelation. Throughout the galaxy, species survived through strength, technology, or cunning. But humans had developed something far more powerful and incomprehensible: the ability to find common ground with the most alien and hostile life forms. "There are reports," Kex continued, of humans successfully domesticating void kraken, plasma hornets, and even a stellar phoenix. They approach each species with the same inexplicable behavior: soft vocalizations, gentle physical contact, and what they call belly rubs. General Korth's claws scraped against his chair. It's unnatural. Predators don't behave this way. Unless, Zethkar said quietly, humans understand something about the nature of consciousness that we've missed. What if aggression isn't the default state of intelligence? What if these creatures are simply lonely? On the screen, Dr. Chen had fallen asleep against the Shadow Maw's flank, using the deadly predator as a pillow while her team worked peacefully nearby. The creature's massive head rested protectively over her, one eye open, watching for threats to its new pack member. High Counselor Thrix finally spoke. Recommendation: indefinite postponement of human containment protocols. We need to study this phenomenon further. Agreed, said General Korth reluctantly. But I want continuous monitoring. Any species that can turn apex predators into pets with nothing but kindness. They're the most dangerous creatures in the galaxy. As the council adjourned, Zethkar remained behind, studying the peaceful scene on Kepler 442b. Perhaps, he thought, humans weren't dangerous because they could turn predators into pets. Perhaps they were dangerous because they saw the universe not as a hostile place to be conquered, but as a vast family waiting to be understood. The Shadow Maw's purring rumbled through the speakers as Dr. Chen unconsciously scratched behind its massive ear in her sleep. The deadliest predator in known space had become a guardian, protector, and friend, all because one small human had seen past its roar to the loneliness beneath. In that moment, Zethkar realized the truth that would reshape galactic politics forever. Humans weren't just survivors. They were healers of a universe that had forgotten how to trust.